Welcome. My name is Aurélie. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today we're going to be talking about the cycles of the moon. Most importantly, there's 2 days I want you to be very aware of, which are not as straightforward as you would think of. Again, my name is Aurélie. I'm a practicing Vedic astrologer. I also write a newsletter monthly with transit updates. So please sign up for that. Have a look at the website. And if you want to learn, there's a class that's starting soon. I'm putting the link below. That's from a lineage-based traditional school, and I highly recommend it. All right, so the cycles of the moon, Vedic astrology. One of the things you should understand is that there are many ways to get a taste of time and the quality of each moment in time using all sorts of calculations. One of the things we look at in Vedic astrology is the lunar days. We divide the lunar days between the full moon, dark moon, full moon. And it's important to understand that there is a lunar day that begins right before the moon becomes new. That means that there is actually a day in the night sky where there is no light on the moon. If you were to go out and look at the sky, you'd see there is no light. The moon is not there, it has gone. And then right past this point of the greatest darkness, it then begins to catch light again and grows into the cycle of going towards fullness. And when it is full, there is a day right before it reaches this place of fullness, of being completely illumined. And the moon is 100% illumined by the sun, and it's shining back onto the earth, and the whole earth is bathed in this light, the soma. And when that happens, when it is at its maximum fullness, poof, just like that, the moon again begins to lose light. So these rhythms of time are short because the moon is the fastest moving in the sky. And the moon represents the mind and the moon and the essence of the day. And in Vedic astrology, there's a beautiful way to understand the moon, where we look at the way the moon travels through the stars, and each stars that it travels through, and there are several Nakshatras, lunar mansions we could say, but it's like clusters or essence. Each sign has different essence of star clusters that expresses itself as a god, as a deity. And that's why the story of that deity tells us about what this place and this star cluster represents and creates in the world. So the moon travels through those 27 star clusters. There's an extra star cluster, but we don't use it for everything. So in general, we say there are 27 Nakshatras, mansions of the lunar sky. They're divided in signs. They go through all the sign, and as the moon travels through the whole month, it moves through these 27 nakshatras. And each star cluster represents the energy of deity, of a form of God, an essence of, we'll say God, but it's an essence of a creative energy into this world. And there are 3 different forms of creative energy in this world. There's the form that sustains everything, that makes sure that things are, children are born, people are fed. It's the sustaining energy. There's the form of creation, the form that creates things into this world. and there's the form that destroys it so that it can begin again. And each sign, each of the 12 signs of the zodiac hosts 3 star clusters with each three different creative essence in it. And if you read the deity and what this god and what's his story and how it's talked about in the Puranas, how it's talked about in the sacred text, you understand a certain essence of what this zodiac sign is expressing and is forming into this world. So that is why in Vedic astrology, one of the things we look at that is very prevalent is what the moon, which lunar mansion the moon is sitting in. Because that will show us a certain way with which we're looking at the world, we're experiencing the world. The moon is our mind and it's our way to process. And if the moon is very beat up, there's a lack of resiliency, there's a lack of positiveness. I don't know if you've ever seen people that just go to the negative all the time and it hurts everything in their life. So we look at this moon, we look at where the lunar mansion, which taste and which deity, which essence is creating with them. And each planet is sitting in a lunar mansion, in a nakshatra. A little add-on for people that are well-versed. It is said that where Ketu sits, this nakshatra is headless. It has this fire of headlessness. And whenever this day comes in the sky, whenever it transits, whenever the moon transits this sign, it's not a good day for you because you have this like headless fire. Alright, so again, my name is Zoheli. I'm a Vedic astrologer. If you want to sign up for transit update, there's a newsletter below. Please join.